it's Jan from the mountain, and it's another wintry day from rustic Tuscany. If you saw my last video, you will know that I went to see my mum, who's had a very special birthday recently, and we had an absolutely wonderful time. I did some thrifting. Couldn't take my knitting or fibre arts because knitting needles weren't allowed on the plane, and we ate some fantastic food. We went to a beautiful restaurant in the town where my mum grew up. She wanted to take us. We had an absolutely wonderful meal there, and not only did we go to mum's town, we went to the town where I was born, and in fact where my eldest daughter was born. And it was a very cold, fresh day, and we're about to go down this big road to no less than 3 thrift shops, and I'll show you my haul at the end of the video. This was my view when I was growing up from my mum's house, completely different to the one that I have now, very flat. It was a lovely frosty wintry day, and it brought back lots of memories about when I grew up. Here I am though, back in Tuscany with a view from my son's room on a very damp day. I wanted to show you because not only do I thrift, I also look for good bargains, and if you've seen previous videos, I try and make my own homemade cosmetics. So I've ordered some new supplies just to try out from a firm called Aromazone in France. Now, this is actually talc, which is used as a base for some powders or eyeshadows, so there's nothing really exciting about it. I also bought, oh this is gorgeous, it's violet oxide, and I can use it to colour my cosmetics. Not necessarily that colour, but to use it as part of some cosmetics. You can't really see the name, and the names are in French because obviously they're sent from France. I've also bought this, oh I'd forgotten about this. This is a wax with damask rose scent, and you can melt the wax into some of your cosmetics or balms or whatever. Oh, and it absolutely smells divine, beautiful smell. So I'll be using that. Oh, what's this? Oh yes, this is a mica that is kind of got, it's a verdigris sort of a colour. It's a vintage green, but it's very sparkly, and it's actually ready to use as an eyeshadow if you want to. You can't really see how lovely the colour is on the pictures, but it really is a beautiful colour. Oh, now this is supposed to be an alternative to retinol. It's a serum. I can't get the name there. I'll try and type it onto the video before it's published, and I just use it under my moisturiser before I go to bed at night. I'm quite pleased with it so far. This is a moisturiser base, and you can use it as is, or you can use it as a base for different creams. I actually was going to add all sorts of things to it, but it's got a beautiful slippy feel to it, just what I want in a moisturiser. So I've just been using it straight, and I'm really pleased. So they're my purchases from the Homemade Toiletries website. So hopefully I'm going to be doing more experiments, and I'll bring them to you in some future videos. Okay, now before we go into my, oh I forgot about this, I bought from a local, it's Kiko Cosmetics in the local city. I bought this. It was on offer at the counter, and as usual I fell for it, but it's a blush, it's described as, but you can actually use it as a lipstick, a blush, even on your eyes, but it's a bit more liquidy, but it reminds me very much of the little pot of colour that I made. If you've seen one of my previous videos, I made a pot of colour. I'm just swatching them for you here. There is a slight difference, but when I bought this I thought, oh, I've already got this, I made it myself. As you can see, mine's more yellowy, this is more pinky. I think it's also more pigmented. It doesn't blend in as easily as mine does, and you can see, if you don't blend it straight away, you can see the lines, whereas mine is more creamy and it blends in to give a more natural finish. But if you look at them, they've both got warmth and sparkle and shimmer, which I'm pleased about. So that's a thumbs up to both of them. I will be using both of them depending on my mood. But isn't it funny how I made one very similar to this, except mine's got all things natural in it and no artificial or chemical ingredients. Okay, to start off my thrifting haul demonstration to you, these are some silk scarves I bought in our local thrift store. This was €3. It's 100% silk and it's a very pretty butterflies design. It's got hand stitched rolled hems and it's just very pretty. It's actually got the brand on it, Damaren, and it just needs a little bit of a wash. I'm going to see if I can very, very gently wash it to just bring the colours out a little bit more. That will go with some of my summer outfits. Now this one is more autumnal in colour, and it also cost me €3. Leonardi is the brand and it's 100% silk. It's got flowers in rust and golden shades. It's very kind of end of summer. I found this, I pulled this and the other scarf and another scarf out of a box in the thrift store. I follow a channel called Vintage Weekends and they do lots of thrifting in Italy, and they actually went to this store near Lucca and it was too much for them. It's very disorganised, so I really did have to rummage. This one is Dolce Gabbana. It cost me €10 and it's a small, more kind of a neckerchief size, but again it's 100% silk, but I thought it might be a good buy. So I thought I'd invest in this one. I do have a vintage shop which I sell some items on, but I'm not sure I'll put this one on just yet. It's very light, it's chiffon, silk chiffon with beautiful roses and the Dolce Gabbana signature. So that was a real find, I think. I'll just put those away. I actually had quite a good find in this tripod which I'm using to film. It was €10 and it just means I can film things a lot more easily and quickly with different angles. So it does everything I want it to do, so I'm pleased. Oh, not only do I like to visit thrift stores and charity shops, but I also try and get sales in other places. I saw this in IKEA just before I went to visit my mum, and it's a wax melt burner. I just loved it. It was so chunky and solid and it just feels nice and it looks fun. It just looks like a fun item. The pan is heavy and sturdy, So it was half price. I thought, why not? I'm just looking for a place to put it now. There are a few places, and I'll give it a permanent home. But I absolutely adore it. It's so much fun, this one. Okay, up in my room, let's get my vintage haul from my mum's visit out of my wardrobe, and I will hopefully show you what I've got. My daughter pulled this out for me. I'm still not sure about it. It's a Zara dress, lightweight, long sleeves with kind of a knotted effect top part, bodice part, and it's buttoned down, but because it crosses over, it buttons up the other way, if you understand me, so it's not that easy. I just fell in love with this skirt. It's so summery, side zip, swirly, and it's happy, so I can see myself wearing it quite a lot in the summer. Along with that skirt, I found this skirt as well. Now this has got sparkly bits on, so I can see me wearing this for an aperitivo, and it will take me maybe through into the evening if there is some sort of an event on. Again, side zip, and both this skirt and the other skirt are lined with a cotton lining, so they're going to be very comfy. I just love it, like the other one. I just feel as though they're very cheerful and, well, quite relaxed, but kind of smart in a way. Now this dress was a really good find. I think I paid €6 for it. By the way, the skirts you've just seen, one was £2.50 and the other was £3. This dress was £6. It's got a back zip, it's made of linen, and it's got a collar which is kind of pleated. It's cap sleeves, it's that gorgeous sort of khaki green. It's lined, and it came with a belt. The belt was a little bit worn, but I can put another belt with it. It looks great on, the colour really suits me. I almost forgot about this one. This is a linen blouse. I bought it oversized in the thrift shop, and I can't actually remember how much this was. Possibly about £5.50, I'm not sure. But it's got embroidery around the collar. It's nicely finished, so that'll be one for the spring, especially if I'm going anywhere with my watercolour box to do some outdoor painting. Okay, in this one, oh, this was my best thrifting buy of the trip, this jacket. I came out of a thrift shop and this was on a rail outside. It was reduced from £6 to £3. It's beautiful, it's lined, and it's a little bit oversized. It's nipped in at the waist, but it's made out of 55% wool, 45% silk. When I saw it, I just thought, oh, I've got to get this. £3 is all it cost. So I grabbed it. It's been cleaned and I'm absolutely delighted with it. I can't wait to wear it now. Spring, I think, is going to be a good time. It'll be too hot in the summer. It actually goes really well with the green dress I showed you earlier. It looks as though they were made to be worn together. So I'm very excited about them. Okay, what else do I have? This was the one I thrifted from Vinted. It's a midnight blue velvet dress. It's Empire line, so it's got quite a high waist. You can't really see it. There's beading around the waist and around the neck. I've had it cleaned, but it's quite swish and elegant, and I think cocktail party, afternoon cocktails, I think. Oh, now, if you've seen one of my previous videos, I didn't get the chance to show you this silk dress I got, again, I think on Vinted. I must have paid only about €5 for it, not very much. Oh, by the way, the blue velvet dress you've just seen cost me €9. This is silk, I love it. It's by Monsoon, and I actually don't know when I'm going to wear it. I think maybe a summer evening. I go for an aperitif, or aperitivo as they say here. I keep it up inside out, just I don't want it to get dusty or marked. I keep it in my wardrobe like that, but oh, it's a gorgeous dress. Next time I am unboxing and washing a raw fleece that I've got, so please come back. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching till the end. Subscribe to my channel because that will really help me grow, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget the notification bell because then you'll be the first to hear about my new videos. See you next time.